Okay, so as per my poll, it seems like a lot of people do want some Firefly related characters for guides, even with them being on screen or not on screen, so expect more guides like this to come in the future. But what is going on, boys? Today I'm here with the full Harmony Trailblazer guide. Just like my other build guides, this will go over their kit, Eidolons, best Lightcones, best Relics, and the stats you want on the Relics. This video is titled for optimal Firefly usage, but this guide is going to be for optimal usage in general. So if you follow this guide, you will be able to use them more than just with Firefly, because the Harmony Trailblazer is very good on a lot of teams. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Before I get into the video, drop a like, drop a sub, hit the bell icon for more videos like this. Again, I do plan on making more build guides for characters that are going to be really good for Firefly. It will be mainly build guides, but the build guides will cover practically if it's going to be specific for Firefly or it's going to be general build that you can use anywhere. So again, stay tuned for that, and let's get straight into the video. So this version of the Trailblazer is imaginary and follows the path of Harmony. The basic attack deals imaginary damage equal to 100% of Trailblazer's attack to a single enemy. Skill deals imaginary damage equal to 50% of Trailblazer's attack to a single target enemy, and additionally deals damage for 4 times, with each time dealing imaginary damage equal to 50% of the Trailblazer's attack to a random enemy. Ultimate grants all allies the backup dancer effect, lasting for 3 turns. This duration reduces by 1 at the start of the Trailblazers every turn. Allies with the backup dancer effect have their break effect increased by 30%, and when they attack enemy targets that are in the weakness broken state, the toughness reduction of the attack will be converted into 1 instance of super break damage. Talent: the Trailblazer immediately regenerates 10 energy when an enemy target's weakness is broken. Technique: after the technique is used, at the start of the next battle, all allies' break effect increases by 30%, lasting for 2 turns. For the bonus traces, first one additionally delays the enemy target's action by 30% when allies break enemy weaknesses. Second one, when using skill, additionally increases the toughness reduction of the first instance of damage by 100%. Third one, when the number of enemy targets on the field is 5 or more /4, 3, 2, 1. The super break damage triggered by the backup dancer effect increases by 20%, /30%, 40%, 50%, and 60%. Moving on to Eidolons. First one, after using the skill for the first time, immediately recovers 1 skill point. Second one, when the battle starts, the Trailblazer's energy regeneration rate increases by 25%, lasting for 3 turns. Fourth one, while the Trailblazer is on the field, increases the break effect of all teammates excluding the Trailblazer by an amount equal to 15% of the Trailblazer's break effect. And final Eidolon, the number of additional damage applications by the skill increases by 2. Moving on to the best Lightcones for the Trailblazer. First one I'm going to talk about is actually a 4-star, so I'm going to display it at S5, and that is Memories of the Past. What it does is increases the wearer's break effect by 56%. When the wearer attacks, additionally regenerates 8 energy. This effect cannot be repeatedly triggered in a single turn. So the reason why this one's so good is practically giving you a 50% stat stick to break effect is really good on its own, but mainly for the fact that it also helps you with the energy up. This does help it to where you can have practically permanent uptime on the ultimate, because the goal when you are using the Harmony Trailblazer is to have permanent uptime on the ultimate. So at all times you do want to have the backup dancer effect available. And so with this Lightcone giving you an additional 8 energy every time you attack, it does help out a lot. Another really good Lightcone is actually Ron May's signature Lightcone. What it does is increases the wearer's break effect by 60%. When the wearer uses their ultimate, increases all allies' damage by 24%, lasting for 3 turns. Should the wearer's break effect exceed or equal 150%, 1 skill point will be recovered. At the start of each wave, all allies regenerate 10 energy immediately. Effects of the same type cannot stack. So this one is also a really nice supportive one, giving you a 60% increase in break effect, which is really good. And when you do pop the ultimate, you are now giving your entire team a 24% damage increase for 3 turns, which is really good. And when you do have 150% or higher break effect, you recover a skill point, which on the Trailblazer you do definitely want to have more than 150. And in longer fights where you can actually proc the start of each wave, the 10 energy is also pretty helpful. Past those two, it does become sort of difficult, but another option you can use is actually Dance. What it does is when the wearer uses their ultimate, all allies' actions are advanced forward by 24%. This one is on the weaker side because it does not give you break effect or energy regeneration rate, or just giving you any form of ways of getting energy in general, but the action forward on your team is also really nice, so this Lightcone can be used. Should mention that was also at S5 because it's a 4-star. Now another option is actually a 3-star, so this one's obviously going to be displayed at S5, and that's actually Mesh and Cogs. What it does is when the wearer uses attacks or gets hit, additionally regenerates 8 energy. This effect cannot be repeatedly triggered in a single turn. So just like the other Lightcone, it does make it easier to get energy back so you can have more uptime on the ultimate. Doesn't give break effect like the other one though, so it is on the weaker side. But if you truly do not have any other option, this one is fine because it is 3-star, very easy to get, and it also just helps with energy uptime. Moving on to the best relic sets. The best relic sets for the Trailblazer is actually 4-piece of the Watchmaker set. The 2-piece giving you 16% break effect, and the 4-piece, which when you do use an ultimate on an ally, gives everyone 30% increase to break effect for 2 turns and can't be stacked. This does include them, so it's very good, and giving everyone break effect does help with the whole playstyle of the Trailblazer. So overall, this is the best set you can run. You can also combine 2-piece of the Watchmaker set or 2-piece of the Thief set, which is the same 2-piece. Doing something like that alongside running a 2-piece of Hackerspace is also a good idea because the 6% increase to speed is really good because you do want your Trailblazer to also be fast. So getting the 2-piece break effect and then 2-piece speed is also a nice idea. And if you can't do any of those, but you can do 4-piece Thief, 4-piece Thief is also another option you can do because again, 2-piece gives you 16% break effect, and then the 4-piece gives you another 16% break effect, and when you do inflict weakness break on an enemy, giving you 3 energy, which can be helpful. Not anything crazy, but it can be helpful. Now moving on to the planet ornaments, the best ornament for the Harmony Trailblazer is actually the break effect one, giving you 16% break effect for free, and once you do get 145 speed or higher, you get an additional break effect increase by 20%. So with 145 speed or higher, you are getting 36% break effect from this planet ornament, which is really good. This will require you to obviously have 145 speed or higher, so if you can get that, this is definitely the best option. Past that one, it actually depends on what you want. If you do want to get some more energy regeneration rate to have uptime on the ultimate, you could do 2-piece of Von Walk, or you could do 2-piece of Penacone. Penacone is better in that scenario if you are running other characters that are imaginary because of the damage increase by 10% for everyone that is the same type as the wearer. So if you're running her with someone like Dr. Ratio or just anyone that's imaginary, that is better. Otherwise, Von Walk is usually going to be better because the second half, if they are not imaginary for Penacone set, is useless. So 120 speed or higher, giving you a 40% action forward immediately upon entering battle. It's pretty good, but it's mainly for the energy regeneration rate, so those are options. But if you find yourself not really needing the energy regeneration rate or the other effects, you could just do your classic supporter one and do Broken Keel or Ageless. Broken Keel giving you 10% effect res, and when you have 30% higher, giving everyone crit damage by 10% increase is really good. And with Ageless, giving you max HP by 12%, which is helpful for survivability. And when you do get 120 speed or higher, you get a attack increase by 8% for all your allies, which is also good. So those are just your sort of general support ornaments you want to do. Now for the main stats for the relics. For the body, you want to have HP or defense for survivability. For the feet, you want to have speed. For the orb, you also want to have HP or defense percent for the survivability again. And for the link rope, it's either break effect percent, which is the better option. But if you find yourself struggling to have uptime on the ultimate, you can swap the break effect for energy regeneration rate. For the substats, I'd first recommend prioritizing speed. Make sure you do have at least breakpoint on the speed. And if you are running the break effect ornament, make sure you do have 145 speed or higher. Past that, you want to focus on break effect. You want to get as much as you can. Aim for having about 200% to 250% break effect. That would be really good. And then past speed or break effect, it's literally just survivability stats, HP percent, defense percent, effect res, all that kind of stuff will work because you don't obviously want to die. So past those things you do need, it will be good to get survivability stats. Just so if your Trailblazer gets hit, you won't automatically just get eviscerated. And so yeah, that is the full build guide for the Harmony Trailblazer. Once again, Harmony Trailblazer is going to be the best partner for Firefly. So if you follow this guide, you'll have a very strong partner for your Firefly, making Firefly hit very hard when it comes to weakness break. Firefly as of now does sort of require the Harmony Trailblazer to do decent damage, but even if they change that, Harmony Trailblazer is probably still just going to be Firefly's best partner. And again, if you follow this guide, you don't have to do this for just Firefly. This guide will help you set up Harmony Trailblazer to use wherever you want. So again, hope you guys found the video helpful. Let me know if you did, and peace out.